Richie has re-signed with New Zealand Rugby. So they wanted him and then they didn't want him and then he was coming and then he was going and it doesn't matter. Now he's back as of next year, which means that both Beauden Barrett and Mackenzie are going to up their games.
If you're a 5'8" in New Zealand and you're any good and you're a young bloke, you're obviously not going to get a go for a few years. Come over to Australia. You take the Broncos. Did you? All right. Have I spoken to you about my DOS, the dick on shoulder theory?
DSPN, the Devlin Sports Podcast Network.
It's always a pleasure. Thursdays, we welcome back Greg Martin, former Wallaby fullback who played against the Lions 1989, Triple M breakfast host out of Brisbane. Last time we spoke, you were at the airport going to Sydney for a lunch. You were told if you didn't get back that night, you were going to be in a coffin because Mrs. Marto had boxes to unpack and you were going to be there unpacking boxes, even though there was a Lions test being played in Sydney and you had commitments to other people.
I made it back. How do I describe it? I'm still alive. I find myself in a two-bedroom apartment living with my wife. Edgy. It's edgy. It's too small, so I will be leaving. I have a little batch that I will disappear to, and I already have, and I will continue to disappear to. The removalist said to me, because I said some of the gear needs to go in that trailer there. Some of it needs to go in that truck that's going to our residence, and they apologised. They said, "I'm sorry that you and your wife are getting divorced," which isn't true.
It's not true.
It appeared that way because some of the furniture went that way, some went that way, and it's sad. But we're still together, and we'll kill each other eventually. But that's what happens.
So, but you've moved into a spanking new apartment, which means the children are sniffing around. Oh, Mum and Dad got a new apartment, spare room, new bathroom.
Oh, do you not know? My son is, because, I'm doing the reno on my daughter's place, but it was killing me. So I said to my son, he's also a carpenter, can you come up? He was living at Byron Bay. I brought him up here for the last few months. He's living with us. And he said to me last night, because his mother said, I think it's almost time you moved out. It's been 3 months we've been living together with our 25-year-old son. And he said, I want to. The chicks in Brisbane aren't as hot as the ones in Byron.
Okay, all right, okay. Yeah.
Do you know Byron Bay? It's where the beautiful people live.
I've been to, but everyone kind of sits around in an incense circle, don't they? Breathing each other's smoke. Isn't that what I don't know.
Oh, yeah. They seem to, and eating each other's mushrooms as far as I can tell. But anyway, what would you rather do? Eat mushrooms and look at pretty girls, or live with your mum and dad at the age of 25? Anyway, life moves on.
Richie has re-signed with New Zealand Rugby. So they wanted him and then they didn't want him and then he was coming and then he was going and it doesn't matter. Now he's back as of next year, which means that both Beauden Barrett and Mackenzie are going to up their games. All of the young guys, there's the yardstick over there. Todd Blackadder told us a few weeks back, Marto, that he says he's playing better, he thinks, than he ever has in his life in Japan. He's really relaxed. He's away from the microscope and everything else. This is good news for New Zealand Rugby.
How would you know if he's playing any good? It's against Japanese teams. They're reserve grade level. Mate, we've got Quade Cooper's 38. He's just finished playing there. Will Gennius, 37. It's like the retirement league. So you're going to say, drop him back into the All Blacks. Can I make a personal appeal? If you're a 5'8" in New Zealand and you're any good and you're a young bloke, you're obviously not going to get a go for a few years. Come over to Australia. We don't have anyone at the moment. We've got no one coming out of the pack. Tom Lyon got to go against the Lions. Not quite good enough. Our three guys who are buying for being our 5'8" at the moment aren't quite there. If you're an outstanding Kiwi, he's coming through and you can see your path getting blocked. Come on over. We'll slide you into the Wallaby jersey straight away.
How are you reflecting on that third test win? Because trying to get some context around it, I'm not taking anything away. I thought Wallabies were magnificent that night, thoroughly deserved the win. However, when you look at the stats, and there's some great stats out of this whole series, aren't they? The fact that you led from start to finish in the third test. You led from start to 79 minutes, 20 seconds in the second test. You won out of 6 halves of rugby. You won 4 of them. I think the points differential was 1 point between you or something like that. And yet you lost that series, and you lost that series fair and square. Is that an okay assessment?
Yeah, of course, Dick. The records will show that the British Lions won because they were the better team, I guess, at the end of that second test. But the thing is, we're about rebuilding. And you keep on talking. We've lost respect, especially since the last World Cup when we came 9th or 10th, wherever we ended up coming. We've rebuilt under Joe Schmidt. Thank you very much for your efforts, Joe. It's time to move on shortly. We're on a path. As I said, you can't win games all the time without a 5'8". So send us any at previous points. That was a win to us. Those last 2 test matches, that was the win to us on the field. We progress. We'll play South Africa next weekend, and then we progress to you guys.
Right.
But the biggest thing, Marty, was, I've spoken about it, we had an $80 million debt that we borrowed from a private equity firm. If that tour didn't take place, that private equity firm would have owned Australian rugby. And you know what that would have meant? It probably would have got shut down, and who knows what it would have meant. We are now in the clear financially. The Lions Tour has set Australian rugby up to go forward to the World Cup in 2027. We're now solvent again. We can now put money into grassroots rugby. We can now put money into community rugby, into school rugby, and hopefully steal some of those NRL players that they've been stealing, grab them back. That's the best thing about this Lions Tour. The other good thing is they've all buggered off home.
So, 2 quick questions to wrap up the rugby. Are you going to win a test in South Africa out of the 2 tests?
I don't know. I just saw them name five test teams, and every one of them could beat Australia, but that's not what sport's about. No, I don't think so. I don't think we beat South Africa, but I think we can beat you.
So, hang on a second. Does that mean that you can win the Bledisloe or just take a test off us?
Oh, God, why not? Why don't I go all out? Queensland weren't supposed to win State of Origin because we were a hopeless team. Australia are not supposed to beat you, but if we can beat you once, why can't we beat you twice? Why can't we win the Bledisloe? Why can't this be the year where we almost beat the Lions, but we beat that's all it'll take. All it'll take. Now, Australian rugby's rich again. All it takes is a victory against you guys, 1 test to be okay, but a Bledisloe, and rugby would go nuts. There's all these hidden fans that are ready to come out of the crevices and come back and support us. God, I hope we can beat us. And why can't we beat you? Because we're starting to put it together.
Speaking of hidden fans, jump that Dolphin Express. Here they come again, mate. I mean, you've been solid with the Dolphin all season. They come to the Warriors and beat us with 12 men in the end. Gutted.
Exactly. There's no better attacking team. We've lost Herbie Farnworth with that hamstring.
Yeah, great player.
These Dolphins can score from anywhere. They are the entertainers of the game. So it's possible that they could. It's possible to have a Broncos versus Dolphins grand final, which would be amazing because I love both those clubs. And you dare to dream. I'm sorry, but your Wawas are going out the back door, mate.
Yeah, we'll still be in the 8. So the Dolphins going to make the 8?
Yeah, mate. Are they 6th? Where's my little...
7,
anyway,
right.
yeah. I'm going to ask questions and I don't know the answers to them. I haven't got the table on me. They'll make the 8 because they haven't got a bad run home.
Okay, all right.
Injury worries.
Broncos versus Storm tonight. Do you take the Storm in Melbourne?
No, you take the Broncos. Did you? All right. Have I spoken to you about my DOS, the dick on shoulder theory? All right.
Go on.
It's been a one-man campaign that I've it's come to success. Did you watch the Broncos last week? They scored 10 tries. They converted all 10 tries, 60 points. There was not one occasion. Now, the Broncos are one of the worst because everyone in Brisbane goes, Broncos are the best. And they think they are the best. Mm-hmm. And it gets up my craw. Last week, they scored 10 tries and there was not one dick on shoulder after a try was scored. So they're stop with the celebrating. You can only celebrate when there's something to celebrate proper. Not look who we beat. Let's get our dick on everyone's shoulders. None of that anymore at the Broncos. So that's why they're going to beat the Storm, because no dick on shoulder. You heard it here first.
DSPN.